Hello and welcome to the City of Perth Lord Mayoral Debate, organized by Shelter WA in collaboration with the Western Australian Alliance to End Homelessness. We've got 7 candidates vying for the position of the Lord Mayor of the City of Perth, and each one of them are here to express themselves and to tell the people the plans they've got for homelessness in Perth.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to acknowledge that I'm meeting here on Whadjuk Noongar country and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. The pleasure of introducing Uncle Ben and Auntie Nicholas, who are proper welcome to country.
I wonder, and about my will you want to I'm more Quran in work with and the one on me again, and Quran and the Derby area. Copan again. I welcome you onto the sacred land on the Derby area. The Swan River, to us it is the spiritual home, the water, the rainbow serpent for 60,000 years. In my 80 years, I was taught that I respect that water, that ancient, our spiritual being, the land, what it means to us.
Before we hear from our 7 candidates, ladies and gentlemen, on the subject of homelessness in our City of Perth, a young man who has lived the experience, of course, since being a teenager, Josh Serafini, is homeless for a number of periods over the last 20 years as a teenager. Would you please make him welcome, Josh Serafini?
So you walk around a lot when you're homeless and everything becomes very tiring, so you're continuously moving and sleeping in different spots night after night after night, going to the drop-in centres and just trying to keep moving because you're told to move on a fair bit by the police. So my experience happened here in Perth, Northbridge.
I mean, I'm defined as an Aboriginal woman and a mother and a grandmother. I live the streets under the tent. I need a house. All my children and my grandchildren have been institutionalised. I've never been institutionalised. To go into these accommodation places, they're all institutionalised, and it's a fear for me, so I prefer to live in a tent. So can you help me? I want to go to jail. This is how it's all set up in this system here. We need to pull the fences down, please.
Is it sooner or later that something's going to be done before someone else dies? I mean, you've got an old bloke who can't even walk, who's got his bike stolen, these sort of things are happening every night. There's someone coming around and waking the people up who's trying to live in peace, but we can't live in peace because we are in a place where there's no security.
I just want to know what your plans are with the people that are sleeping in tents near Mackay train station. They get moved on every single day, right? They go from there to another place.
Coming from a background of lived experience, at 21, I was a single parent, evicted, and I've had that lived experience. That's why I advocate on behalf of the homeless.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's over to our candidates. To Bruce Reynolds, to Douglas Eplis, Sandy Angie, to Tim Schwash, to Mark Gibson, Brodie McCulloch, and to Di Lane. They are our 7 speakers here today.
We need to work collaboratively to address the underlying causes of people experiencing homelessness and to help people get back into homes.
I have a lived experience of what it means to be given a house. That's why today I'm supporting Auntie Niggly and Betsy's campaign to house the homeless.
I want to know what sort of a country are we living in when our First Nations people, let alone any people, are sleeping under a bridge next to a railway line in a tent.
There's a $1.9 million budget approved for this next financial year to support outreach and homeless service providers, but really we need to look at the systemic issue.
Ending homelessness is a fantastic ideal, isn't it? It is a fantastic ideal. And if we can do it or not, that's for debate, but what we can do is we certainly can provide shelter.
It's crazy the way we spend money, not enough on prevention, and prevention is providing people with proper homes.
The role of the Lord Mayor of the City of Perth is to go with you up to Parliament House if that's what you want to do, knock on the door, we'll demand a meeting with the Premier, we'll demand a meeting with Simone McGurk, and let's sit down with them and ask them.
I think this afternoon's event was very productive, very newsworthy and very much needed. It was great to hear the mayoral candidates for the City of Perth express their views about ending homelessness. and I think there have been a number of great suggestions, some other ones that probably need a bit more work on, but essentially I think they've all got their heart in the right place, and I think they'll work with others to get the job done, and hopefully together we can end homelessness.
4 years ago, when we stood up and said we needed to end homelessness, we needed to change the narrative in the community. We needed to shift the focus to look towards solution and get action. Today's purpose was to talk to the candidates for the Lord Mayor to say, you need to come on board and work with us and create those solutions.
Today we were really pleased to host a forum of all the Lord Mayor candidates to understand their policy position on homelessness. We're really blessed that Josh Serafini spoke and shared his story about what it's like to live on the streets. And we hope that by hearing the stories of people who have lived and have living experience of homelessness, that the Lord Mayor candidates will really think deeply and work with our sector, people with lived experience and all spheres of government to come up with real, credible, evidence-based solutions to end homelessness.
It's Tony ETC reporting for Community Television Broadcasting.